My mother was crying. I remember I could still see her tears. Yeah. And she was crying. She said to my father, I don't think I'm going to see you again. I don't think so. My father said, don't worry. Hashem is going to bring me back. Don't worry. But my mother did not believe it somehow. And actually, she was right. Never saw my father again. The local police, they told him they're going to take him to Russia. He's going to get big trenches. So my father was only 33 years old. Not almost he can work, so he'll be back. But in the later years, I found out that my father never went to Russia, and it was just a part of the story. He went straight to auschwitz-Birkenau, and that's where he died. 2 weeks later, they came for us, actually. 4 sisters and 3 brothers. They told us we're going to go to Germany and we got us all on the train. Now, when we got to the train, we looked, these are freight trains, they're not proper trains. The carriages we had was 110 people they pushed in, and it was supposed to be 50. They gave us 1 bucket for drinking water and 1 bucket for the toilet. And the stench, it was unbelievable. And there's no privacy. We weren't humans anymore. The women and the men had to get undressed to go in the bucket in the corner. And I can still see it in my mind sometimes, seeing the terrible thing, how you can do things like that. We ended up in Auschwitz-Birkenau. First of all, we were there for about quite a few days because there were so many trains there. There was nowhere, they couldn't take us. We were hungry. We needed to get out. We needed to go to toilets and whatever. But they pushed us in the corner, waiting in turn. There were so many trains arrived at the same time. So they started to get off quick, and we started marching and said, we're going to have a shower. And everybody was glad to go. They believed him. With the stink and the smell, we were filthy. Oh, it's a machai to go and have a shower. But what they didn't know was there's no water in the building. And they didn't know this. And as I'm going just before the Dr. Mengele, just maybe 15 yards before, this Polish Jew, for some reason, all the boys, the same age as me, there's quite a few of them, he picks me out from all the people and pulls me on the side. He asked me how old I was. I said, I'm 17. 14. He says, you're 17 now. And he saved my life, actually, because when I went to see, and I happened to see Dr. Mengele, he was on top of the table. There was a table all around me down there. And he looked at me, big, from the village, from the Carpathian Mountains, very healthy person. And I was 5'10" then already. So he said, he's a good worker, he's going to work. And it passed me.
And your mother, your family?
Never seen him after that, and never seen him again, except my older sister. I thought that she would be alive. She wouldn't have possibly, because they needed workers badly. Next morning, I wasn't working yet, so I went to look for them. So I see this Polish Jew, another one, walking about, and I asked him, I came yesterday with my family, where is the barracks? He says, what are you talking about, my barracks? I said, we arrived yesterday, he told me they're going to be in the barracks. He says, he must be joking. He says, they arrive, you see that chimneys up there? 3 hours later, they're gone. You hear crying for all the time. Once you stop crying, they're all dead. And he says, after that time, they're all gone. There's nothing left.
Did you manage to say goodbye to your mother?
No, never said goodbye to her. But to say goodbye to her, I saw her a couple of times in my dreams, and I said goodbye then. Most of the time I worked actually on railway lines building. It was minus 25, a pair of pajamas, and no gloves, and my hands were stuck to the metal. There was a man from Holland that was right next to me, and we were working together. And he stood up to straighten his back. That's all he done. The guard come up and shot him. He says he's here to work, not to straighten his back. I can't say anymore. I'm just going to be quiet before he shoots me. I was in Auschwitz 6 months, in 6 months on the death march. 18th of January, they told us we're going to go to Germany now. It was minus 20, 25. I was wearing only a pair of pajamas, and I was wearing actually a blanket I had in my hand. They didn't give us any food, nothing at all. So there was starving, obviously. So some of the people went to, especially Russian prisoners, they were eating dead bodies. I couldn't do that. So I was eating the grass, beautiful green, and the snow is warm actually. And I was drinking the snow. And that kept me going. Sometimes we had the trains because they didn't want us to be seen by the local people. So if it was houses, not forest, they took the train.
And otherwise you
Otherwise
walked?
we had to march all the time. Every few minutes someone got shot. If you couldn't walk, you got shot. I could hear the shooting every minute. You know, for 5,000, if you're lucky, there was 200 left. I mean, I don't know exact figure, but there wasn't many left.
You didn't want to give up?
No, I would never give up. You know, I would never give up because I thought myself, I'm the only one left from my family. And there's no way I'm going to see my family died in vain. No way. At least one person is going to carry on. And talking about his mother, talking about his family. That's what I'm thinking all the time. They're not going to kill me. They got a long way to go yet. I was liberated on the 23rd of April. Everybody disappeared from the forest, even the Germans, the guards, and they changed clothes. They were all gone. And I looked around, nobody was there except me. I was on my own, so I didn't know what to do. So I decided, I'll jump into a foxhole and wait there, see what happens. And as I'm in this foxhole, this guy comes up with a Tommy gun. He asked me if I was Jewish, in Yiddish, and I said, yeah. I didn't click. So I said to him, well, I hesitated, and I said, yes, I'm Jewish. He said, Shalom, I'm also a Jew. The Jew, I said, well, how can you be a Jew in SS? He says, I'm not a German. He says, I'm from Brooklyn. He says, I'm a sergeant, I'm the first tank here. I'm the first one. So we both started to cry. I made like this. I weighed less than 20 kilograms at the time. He took me to one hospital to another army hospital, and he got me, made sure I get right, and then he sent me to a convent. I couldn't settle in the convent. So, because all the time I've been in there, I'm thinking of my sister, my older sister, so at least I got somebody. I always hoped I was there. I believed in Hashem, and I believed she'd be there. So I got as far as Prague. I saw my father's cousin, and asked her, Scheindl, where is my sister Gittel? You were together, I know you were together. She said, we done a death march from Auschwitz to Bergen-Belsen. And she said she was so weak and she caught a typhoid. And we didn't have any medication for her. And she died 2 days after the liberation. It's amazing. So I started to cry. I couldn't believe all the things, all the hope I put in that one. There was she was only 17, and I put my hope in there, but it wasn't to be. It was after the war. There were some American soldiers there. He gave me a gun and he said to me, if you see any Nazis you recognize, you can shoot them 4 days you got. So I said, I got the gun, but I didn't kill anybody. I wouldn't do it anyway. I wouldn't know how to use a gun anyway. So I just took it just for case for safety. What's important so much to us, we are brought up, with love from our home. We were never brought up, to hate people just because they're different. We never hated anybody.